Hi, Sandy here. I have been on an organizing binge lately. Today is Saturday, and last Saturday I went on a spending spree at Hobby Lobby, which I never do. I'm very frugal. I spent over $200. So then I do not keep my stuff, like my stickers on the packages. I have my way of organizing them. So I had to deal with all of that, and I bought some silk flowers. I had to deal with that. So I've been reorganizing my stuff. This is my stickers, my everyday stickers. I have binders where I keep my holiday stickers and stuff, and they're on the shelf. But this is my everyday stickers, and I keep them in these plastic bags. And I have a tab on the side with the color. Like this is my green. And so this week I went through each color, and this took me a few days. And I just learned from another video, RTS Scrapbooking, how to glue wax paper. Use Reynolds Cut-Rite wax paper. That's the good stuff. If you use generic, it might not work. So all the stickers I glued the wax paper to a page, and I put all of my stickers, took the stickers off, the backs off the stickers, which I normally just cut out and glue the back of the sticker on there with the backing still on. And so you can stick your stickers on this wax paper, and then you can pull it off when you're ready, and if you change your mind you can put it back on, and this is working pretty good so far. These are some of my new stickers right here. So I went through, this is, oh no, I got to glue this back on. This is why I use plastic bags instead of a binder for these, because things do fall off sometimes. But it's okay. I can put that right there. So I got my stickers all organized, and there was a lot of them. So I'm happy with that. So this is basically the same system I've been using for a few years, and I like it, except I transferred my actual stickers to wax paper. And then some things are not stickers, like that, which I just still use a speck of glue on the back of and put them on there. So that was my first project after unpacking my stuff. And then this was my next project. I bought a whole bunch of silk flowers, and normally I keep my silk flowers along with my little rhinestones, little things like this that I would use glue dots. I call them my 3D things. Normally I keep these in a bead box, and then I had my flowers in there, and then I had a little bin with all of my buttons. I keep all of my buttons in a plastic bag sorted by color. So then I thought, well, there's no way I'm going to get all these new flowers in that bead box. And then, you know, you got your small section in your bead box, you're digging around in the green, and it's deep in there, and you don't really see anything. So I got this container, a square container where it's got a corner so I can pour, and then I can, so I made these envelopes. Well, they're not envelopes. It's just cardstock of each color, and here's my green, and I folded it like this, made a kind of a deep wide folder. And then I've got my flowers here, all in a row, all the colors. And then I put my beads in there. And then I got my other things in this bag. And I have about this much of every color, which I just dump in this bag. And I've got this little baggie of sequins, so I can pull that out. And then I can just dig around and find something that I want to use. So that's a lot better than digging around in that little tiny bead box. And then because it's a square with the corner, it's got a built-in pour spout to put it back in the baggie. So I got all of this stuff reorganized, and I really like it. I think it's going to work well for me. And I just keep that right there. I did have the lid for it, but I thought that was taking up too much space. And then in the front I've got gold, and I got silver, And I got some rhinestones. So that's done. I like that. And then I had a shoebox full of Project Life cards, little pieces of paper that I could use for embellishments, bases, just lots of little things. And I took them out of the shoebox and I glued them into these two books, sorted by color, and I made these tabs for the colors. So, and I did this last night. It took me all evening, took me several hours, but I'm glad I did because now I can see everything at a glance. This is my miscellaneous section. These are things that I can use to cut out and decorate something with, and I only have one page of that. This is my first time using both sides of a page, but I can flip through, and then I have my white things, you know, and if I'm looking for something to journal on, this is where I would go. And then I have a multicolor section. All of these things are something I can use as a base to make embellishments. I love making tags and borders. I've made well over 500 of each. I'm kind of obsessed with them. I've got that down. I got my own style and I make those all the time. I've probably made less than 100 embellishments, but I should make a lot more because I got so much stuff. So this is, I got stuff to make embellishments with. And I tried to sort them, organize them basically by size, starting with the smaller stuff. If I want to write something on a page like that, put a label on a page, I can do that. And then I keep my larger things in here too. These are 5 things of flowers like this. And if I want to journal something, I kind of find a journal card. And then these are my Project Life cards, which I don't do Project Life, but I create things with this. I would make a tag or a border with this as the subject of it. But I got them all in here, and they do kind of overlap, but I can see everything at a glance. And then I have like postcard size stuff too. So each color has their own section, and I'm glad I did this. And I can journal, I can label things. I got bases for embellishments. You get the idea. These are just little squares of paper. Why would I save those? Because I'm obsessive. And even my daughter and I played with spirograph. That made look good on an embellishment, as an embellishment base or decorating a tag or border. And then I keep my larger frames that I would actually use with a photo in with my photo mats. I sort those by color, and I keep my larger frames in the front. I don't have very many of them. I prefer to just use a photo mat, not these. These come with kits and stuff. So, but I do try to use these on a tag or a border just to use them up. So I got this book done. This took me all evening. I made a video of each of those projects. I made a video of my haul, a video of my stickers, a video of my flowers and embellishments, and now the video of this. And my next video, as I was going through my stickers, I pulled all the Victorian vintage stuff, and I bought, when I had my shopping spree, I bought 2 packages of Tim Holtz stuff, which I have never bought Tim Holtz stuff. I think he's a little expensive, and I never see his stuff go on sale, but I binged on my spending spree. This is all Tim Holtz. There was a package of larger things with like 83 pieces, and then a package of smaller things, if I can find it. Oh, where is it? Well, there was little things, and I'm going to find it. But they're not stickers, and they were all loose. This is Tim Holtz. Here we go. There was a lot of tiny things, and this is all Tim Holtz. I got like 4 pages of Tim Holtz stuff. So I glue those on a page. And this is all vintage stuff that I put in an envelope. This smaller vintage stuff. So these are basically my vintage sticker pages, which I separated from the color because I don't scrapbook a lot of Victorian stuff. I do some genealogy, but that's pretty well caught up, so I don't do a lot of Victorian pages. But I do my glue books, which are Victorian. So my next project, what this video is about, is as I was going through, I pulled all of this stuff that looked Victorian style. And I have collected a lot of stuff. This is Ephemera, which is like old ads and stuff. They're new, but recreated. This is vintage style stuff. And I'm going to put those all in a book like I did these. So that's, and I'm going to sort them by subject, like people, ephemera, ads. I don't know what yet, but I'll figure it out as I go. Now I did get started on it, but I'm going to take all this off. And then these small ones, I'm going to try to keep those, get these sorted by size as well, like I did my other book. And these will go in with these, the smaller things. Because I use those on my glue books, and sometimes I just need something small to fill in a little area. And it's good for me to look by size. So I'm going to take all these off, and I got a lot of them done. But I'm going to take them off and punch the holes in the page, so I won't be able to glue on the edges. And I'm going to glue on both sides. These I only did on one side. So, because I think I can get a lot more in a book that way, and I think it's going to be several books. I'm just on a binge, and I'm just having so much fun. So, this is kind of a long introduction. Sometimes I watch videos and I just like to listen to people talk, because I'm scrapbooking and I don't see any of the video whatsoever. I'm just listening to them talk. Shannon Green is one of my favorites to listen to talk. So after I finish my Victorian, and I got more than that. I've got this folder. Well, I don't know about that. I've got this folder full of lace and bows, all of this kind of stuff, and I'm even going to just put bigger stuff on a page, and I'm going to have a few books of my Victorian stuff. And then after that, I have, these are my folders that I keep in a file box. That is all for my glue books. And I've got Victorian files. I have a file with birds, butterflies, and something else. So I'm going to make a book of those after I finish my Victorian stuff. And then I have a folder of buildings with Victorian houses and interesting architecture, and then landscaping. I use a lot of landscaping for the backgrounds of my glue book pages. Isn't it beautiful? I hope you can see it. I printed it off of Pinterest. These are going to look beautiful on a glue book page. So this is my project I'm going to do now. And like I was saying, I'm going to just go through a lot of my glue book stuff and glue them into books on both sides. And, you know, obviously be able to see things at a glance. And they'll be sorted by size and by category. And I make a lot of glue books. When I sit down to glue book, I'll make 10 or 15, 20 pages at a time. So this is going to make me produce a lot more, a lot faster, because I'll be able to find things really quickly. So hope you're not too bored with this long video. I'm not going to film everything. I'm going to go sort everything, and I'm not going to film that. But I'll do a little bit of filming of fast motion, of gluing some things onto pages. So I'll see you later.
Okay, I got all my Victorian stuff in this book, so when I do glue book pages, I can find things very easily. I had this one last piece of paper here, and I just stuck that to the front along with these two items. And I've got my vintage miscellaneous stuff, which is just lots of things. I got a lot of ads from Victorian magazines from the 90s, just various things I've collected. There's more of those Victorian ads. I got a lot of greeting cards. I got a place to put that. Not greeting cards, playing cards. I got all of this stuff. Just all of these things that would look really nice on Victorian pages. And I did it again. I skipped a page. Okay, so I'll just put this, because I know I'm going to have more stuff. That's the way I do it. I'll put that right there. And then I've got all of these nice things that'll look good on Victorian glue book pages, journal pages, whatever you want to call them. So I've got them all collected together by size. And then ephemera, whatever you call it, old ads and receipts, and you know, it's reproduction, of course, but just ephemera, whatever, I don't know what it's called, EPH, ephemera. So this is all my ephemera for decorating my pages, Victorian pages. Well, this ain't good. Okay, this has shifted. I got to re-glue that. I'm going to be able to find things so quick and easily. And then I got my people section, my beautiful ladies. I love these. I'm going to have to print out some more of those. Those are just the centerpiece of a page when I use those. This is all my people. I only use a speck of glue so I can get them off easily, so the edges kind of hang loose, but that's okay. When I look through here, look at all these beautiful pictures. I'm going to make tags and borders with those for sure. So, I got my big people page section. People. Got these old postcards that came with some old calendars that I bought. Well, I found at a garage sale. And now onto my tea and dishes section. I had a Holly Hobby calendar, and every page had a recipe. I don't really want the recipes, but they look good on a Victorian glue book page. And then this is my tea and dishes section. I got silverware. I got these little things. I love old stoves. These are all old stoves. And then I got some cookies and silverware here. And then tea sets on tables. Little cabinet with dishes. This is out of the Holly Hobby calendar. And these are china and silver tea sets. And this is Corningware. That's not really Victorian, but it's vintage. This is an old kitchen with the Formica tabletop and the chrome chairs, and old kitchens, and a silver tea set, silverware, dishes in a cabinet, pretty glass. Here's a kitchen cabinet, cake, teapot, a tea set here. This is an old ad from an old magazine for these canisters. I think I got this out of a magazine from 1940. And here's tea sets on the tables. Here's a rustic country setting. Tea sets, teacups on a mantle. Here's a couple of large pages. These will be used as background pages. I could just use them as is. And then I had tons of these decorating magazines, and I actually made an entire glue book of just decorating, of all these beautiful rooms, just to use them up. And I was using a lot of them as backgrounds too. So I haven't got as many as I used to, but they make good backgrounds on a glue book page. Look at this beautiful room with the wood. It's just, I love that. So this is my living room parlor section. Very elegant things. I don't know why, but I got 2 of these from 2 different magazines, or I don't know. There's a fireplace mantles, very elegant Victorian rooms. There's a Victorian sofa. Here's a very elegant, like, it looks like a ballroom. And then I had a few full page pictures, so I just put them in a page protector. And here's a picture of a beautiful old bed. Then I got a little bit more of living rooms here, and then on to bedrooms. Victorian bedrooms, and here's a table or dresser top with old comb and brush and vanity stuff. This is the corner of a bathroom, I believe, yeah, with some vintage tea towels and stuff. These are vintage bedrooms, pretty bedrooms. These are our bedrooms. This is a closet in a bedroom, a wardrobe with pretty things in it. Here's a bedroom. This is a vanity sink. It's not even really old, but it's vintage style. And then I got tabletop vignettes, you know, arrangements on a tabletop of lots of pretty things. And I put my tabs in here so I know where to find things. And then I had some more in some full pages, so I put those in a page protector. And then I got furniture, lamps, and miscellaneous Victorian furniture. So I'll be able to find things so quickly now. And then I've got ladies' clothes, perfume, etc. Here's corset, some wedding dress and things hanging on a wall, lacy things. There's some pretty little shoes and an old-fashioned hat, perfume, just lady things, you know, pretty lady things. Here's a brush and a what do you call those? I know, a sewing dummy. That's not what it's called. There's a lace dress and a perfume and vanity jars and God, I know what these are called. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. Here's a dresser set, silver mirror and brush and everything. Here's gloves and hats. So you get the idea. Here's some lady things, and then I have some full page pictures, so I put those in a pocket. So all of my Victorian stuff is so organized, and I can find sizes to fill in spaces on my glue book pages just in a snap. So this is nice. This is very nice, and I'm glad I got it done. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.